Yo, what's up, everybody? Epidemi here. I want to say thank you guys for all the love, support, and all the comments on yesterday's video. It would appear you guys do like the full match type of content. So I did find something quite interesting I did, I think, a few months ago. I don't have the game without the commentary, but what I did is I scrimmed one of my friend's teams, and I went back over the game and analyzed what I did wrong, what I did right, what I could have done better, and kind of walked you through what my thought process was. It was kind of cool to watch back, and I hope it helps you guys get better at Bubba if that's what you want. This is also going to be following O-Tofu scrim rules, so I couldn't use my regular build, but I still did get quite a bit of Bubba value. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. They're not, I didn't know the rules, but they're not allowed DS, they're not allowed any exhaustion perks besides head-on. So I'm already looking around to see if I see a good 3-gen, like, off the rip. Really shitty 3-gen, but, well... And then I see this, like, you gotta keep track of your 3-gens. So this is the only 3-gen I really have that's nice. And you'll notice there's no window here, which means that the window has to be on the other side, which then means the door's there too, so I can connect to these 3-gens. If the window was on this side, it'd be less powerful. Decent 3-gen, actually. Well, kind of. Not what I'd want, but... So while Corrupt is up, I know, like, I can't be gen rushed that bad, so I'm trying to find a first chase while Corrupt is up and just get some shit going. It's something. I know that they didn't spawn, like, right to my right or right in front of me, so they have to be across the map where the gens are blocked. I check here. I don't see anybody. Once again, I'm trying to cut them off. If they were here, I can zone them in that way. I don't want them going shack. I don't know why. I was looking for blood gens, and I completely... So I see my first two survivors. He's over here. Now, you'll notice I want to chase him this way. Nuts. He has scene partner, too, which is funny later. So I have this door here. I should have broken this earlier, but I didn't. I say that too. I say I should have broken it early. Tober Skims have a good rule set. Yeah, Wretched's a little suspect though. So he has the window over there. I know that there's a window. There's pallets. There's nothing I walked by over here. So instead, I just take this chase. They're in range, so I immediately rev. I know there's no pallet here. Besides the one like right there, but she did not go to it. She went to this. She greeds. That's a free hit. I go back just to see if he was on the gen. He was, but I don't make that, so I just break the door. So I get value out of breaking the door, right? Here I'm scared, because they're in 4-man comms, so I'm worried I'm going to get pallet stun, so I play a little safe. I thought he'd be right here, so I faked the pickup and then rev. This works a lot. Maybe not in comp, but faking the pickup, and then when they run in, just kill them with your chainsaw is very nice. So I try to do that, but I don't see anybody. I thought they were behind me, other than around this building. He was there, but he was too far. So I'm like, fuck it. I might as well just demon pick it. Somehow no one gets a stun. Now, I have this hook here. That's kind of meh, right? There's only one gen here. I have a hook right there. That's a pain res. But then I have a pain res here in the back of the map with one pallet. So if anyone goes for the unhook here, they have to deal with a Bubba and a dead zone. Besides, again, one pallet. So this is why I put them here. Hook placement's really nice. Dog, but even that's just full RNG. They know about my perk already. So that gen had a little progress. I thought maybe someone was ratting over here, so I check. Where though? I can't waste too much time checking for rats though. So I don't see anybody quick enough. I do a little checkaroonie. Get the kick. Go back towards main, I believe here. Yep. Just want to check it because again, I do have this little 3-gen. He runs away, so I need to check this gen real quick. No progress on it. So not much progress, but I still want it regressed. For multiple reasons. If it's fully regressed, I will then know if someone touches it because it'll make noise. I'm looking for scratch marks. I don't see anybody coming in just yet. So I check back to the hook to make sure no one was shift walking. I see somebody here. Now I rev from this range. There's a pallet right here. But I do have Eerie Flush. This play got me a lot of pressure this match. So even if I just break the pallet, I still down them after. But instead, they greed the pallet, and because I have Eerie Flesh, I refresh my chainsaw charge off one guy and kill the other two. So this guy runs out because they have protection hit. Now I get my first hit. My chainsaw is now fully refreshed. I see if they drop. They don't. They run straight through. I knew there was a guy to my right, so I go for a flick on him. And then I go back to try to kill the Claudette, knowing that she was running off this way. Once again, utilizing maximum chainsaw charge management. And we do get the down on her too. Now, I did not know they didn't have DS. I did not know DS was banned. But right there, I now get 2 downs, one of which is right next to that dead zone hook. So their job on Survivor, they need to pick him up very quick and make sure I don't get them. I don't think they can have DS. So I pick this girl first because I know that, you know, she's right here. Nice. I get the hook right here. Now I see somebody vaults the window, which means they're going to go for the pickup now. That's fine, though. I got lucky. Ooh, for the instant pick, though, I don't think you want to be in the dead zone. This is really sketch. So I think they're here. So again, I want to approach from the left side. I don't want to walk right at it or they can get around the main building. So I try to take it from the left. I see they're here. Once again, I'm going to move to try to cut them off. Right? Really sketchy. So you see how I go around the tree at first, then he doubles back. This pallet's good to play. Because once again, once I break this pallet, there's not much left here. So I rev early. It doesn't matter which way I take it because I know there's a dead zone either way. They're also both here. They don't want to get doubled down again, so I break it. If there's not another pallet here, I think they're cooked. Injured guy run into a tree. I could have probably gone for the injured man. But he's not hooked anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So I just take a quick little mind game here. Hit him with the last tidbit of the chainsaw. Look back. Other guy's already gone. So I'm just like, fuck it. A free pain res and a free no way out stack. They have to go and hook Zan. I don't think they're going to go for a beam. There's Zan. Zan's death hook too, which is really good. I have pain res as well. So Zan, as I called out his death hook, they have to go and hook him now because if they don't, if I camp him out, it's Jover. That's 2 stacks now. So I'm stacking up no way out, getting gen regression. Now I see them over here. I don't think I fully commit though. I think I say something along the lines of if I don't down them in 10 seconds, I leave. Not gonna chase too far over there. Yeah, so I see I'm not gonna chase too far over there. I want to maintain my 3 gen and I especially want to stay around the hook. If you're playing to win, you want to play around your hooks and play around your gens. There's gens across the map, obviously, right? Let's see if I can get a better view. Yo, what's up, Snuzz? Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, so there's a gen here. There's a gen over here. That gen is dead to me now. Yes, it exists. I am never going to touch that gen in my entire life. That gen is my love life. It's getting 0 action for me this entire game. So, well, welcome in, Raiders. I'm doing a educational review of a game I played earlier where I scrimmed on stream. But welcome, Raiders. Quick intro, if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Epidemi. I'm one of the top Bubbas in the world, and I'm trying to teach people Bubba. So, once again, I am reviewing this scrim. Trying to walk through my thought process. Too far over there. Someone was in main. I need to zone them to my dead zone. So again, I make the comment like I need to zone them to my dead zone. If I can. So I see he's here. Once again, I try to go left to zone him over here. I don't want to chase him directly. So you see how I'm going around the left side? I'll fake the chase here, then go over here. I did see somebody over here. I forgot about that. So I fake the chase with him. This survivor thinks that I don't see them. They think they're safe. They now run into my dead zone. So I think I go, yep, around. Now I go for the mind game on her. I think I lose it the first time. But it's worth a shot. Go for a little flick. Never mind. I shit on them. Beautiful. If they had fast vaulted that window, they would have been safe. But once again, you can throw your chainsaw through the window. If an M1 would hit the survivor, your chainsaw will also hit them. So, like, obviously, if I had M1'd her as she was medium vaulting, I would have hit. So I do the same with my chainsaw. Collect the free down. Give myself a chef's kiss. Lovely jubbly. Best play probably is to go back to the corner right now, but I'm going to make a play to just get no way out stacks for later. So, I don't know if I agree with past Epidemi. I said the best play is to go back to this corner and try to stop an unhook here. But I haven't hooked this girl. It's free no way out stack, and I get a free hook here. And maybe if they're not in tempo, I can check anyway. There's the unhook. That's really good tempo. As I said, you can see the hook turns. That's another thing to note. You don't have to wait for the HUD. Unless they're unhooking directly in front of the hook, you'll notice the second I turn my camera, you see how the hook is turned. Oh, I guess I'll go fuck myself. Where was this at? Oh, Jesus. It was... Is this first or second game? Second game. All right. So we were about here. Nice. We're about... here. Ish. Nice. So you see the hook turns? The second the hook turns, I know that they're unhooking. So I know it's not worth it for me to go over there anymore because they already get the unhook. That's really good tempo. Shit. I don't think pain res is viable right now, so we're just gonna go here. I didn't think pain res was viable because this is a brilliantly positioned hook. So I have a gen right behind me that we just saw. I have a gen right in front of me, and I have a gen off to my left. Another no way out. outstack, see if I can cut them off this way. So I try to cut them off. Once again, they are in full comms, but you never know. I try to cut them off. See, maybe they run into me around the building. They don't. Now I know I won't be able to get them. So instead of chasing them all the way around and then giving them the unhook for free, I go back the other way. Because this hook is important for me to guard. So I try to pre-rev and make a play. This will work in pubs a lot more. I pre-rev outside the vision of people that are going for the unhook. They might just force the unhook. And if they do, I down everybody. Unfortunately, they're smart, and they did run away quick enough. Again, I don't want to commit all the way around because then I open up this to being unhooked. They cannot 4% in scrims. So I could face camp, and they cannot 4%. They're not allowed. I have decent-ish pressure. I just got to maintain this 3-gen better. And I think I can just chill. Now, from the survivor side, what they had to do here, the survivors had to pressure this gen in the corner, and then anytime I looked at them, they had to run off of it. That would be the play for the survivors to win this game. Luckily for me, they do not touch that gen. And it very much goes my way. But if you are the survivors in the situation, you have to pressure that gen. And the millisecond I even look at you, you just have to run. Because if I waste time committing to you, that's bad for me too. And you get the unhook. But I need to feel pressured off my 3-gen. If I just camp the 3-gen for free with a hook in the middle, I get a free kill and I get the 3-gen. You have to deny one of them. Because they can't 4%, right? I don't think they can. That gen's fully regressed. That gen's fully regressed. And they have to come in from my side to get this gen. So once again, I don't have the window here. That's really important to note. I say they have to come in from my side. If that window was open, this game is very different. And that gen's not really touched. I think this is really good for me. Unironically, this looks really, really good for me. And I can just force them off that. So there was someone on the gen over there. I'm never going to commit to that. To get this gen. And that gen's not really touched. Because, really good for me. So he's on this gen. When I walk towards it, unironically, this looks really, he's going to run off of it. So he ran off over here. There's a pallet here, there's a pallet on the tractor, and he can also run to a loop and get to Shack. So it's not viable for me to chase it, but I can slow him down by just pressuring him off the gen by looking at him. Because again, you don't want to ego a Bubba on a gen, right? So I just keep looking at him, but I never actually go touch the gen. The hook is more important, but I waste his time. The most important gen is this one. I make a lot of comments about this. The survivors, their way to win this game, their win condition is to break this 3-gen by doing this gen. This is the best gen they can break. They cannot touch these two. So they have to break this one. Were you scrimming? Something with a G. So I check back to this gen a lot. But there's no progress. Yeah, so again, I told you I never care about this gen. That gen's so far, there's no point in me going there. I do not have map mobility on Bubba. So once again, I force him off. I'm never going to commit. And I have a death hook. And this guy hits second, and he's death. So if it's a delayed deliverance, that'd be the best play for them right now. I again didn't know the rules. Deliverance was banned. But if this guy had deliverance and delayed it all the way through that timer, that's really good. Has to be delayed deliverance, though. It's not delayed deliverance. So free second hook stage. Yeah. Once again, still can't 4%. Keep forcing this guy off the gen. Turn back. At some point, I think I get aggressive and I leave the 3-gen, but I only do so for about 15 seconds. They need to pressure this gen is the problem. Alright, so past Epi was cooking. They have to pressure that back gen. It's the only one they can touch. Their macro's okay. I'm also not a good comp player, but they need to be pressuring that gen in the corner. Without pressuring that gen, I get this kill and I secure the 3-gen. And I think it's worth it. So they're whittling down the other gens, but all they're doing is giving me my 3-gen that I want. I don't care if you pop other gens, right? If I get my 3-gen, especially with this hook in the middle, I'm chilling. Also in comp, a win con for Bubba, correct me if I'm wrong, any comp players, but a win con for Bubba should be a 2k6. I already have 5 hook states, and I have 3 stacks and no way out. It's very easy for me to get a 2k6 here. Because I'm going to get my 6 hook states from wait my DH dying if I just camp. And even if I don't camp, I should be able to get a 2k just with no way out. Because yeah, I lose all the other gens, but then I have a really good 3-gen setup. So I, force them off the gen again. Check around to see if they're trying to sneak in. Yeah. Now I see them trying to go for this unhook now. So they need to be pressuring the corner. Now, the issue for me is this guy came from this gen. They didn't do it, but I'm worried because if they break this gen, I lose. At least to me, I lose. So I need to make sure that guy didn't go on this gen. I check it. Even that's just not worth it. Something that's a problem here, this happens a lot in pub games too. If you're a survivor, take note. Don't just pressure a hook, but don't do gens. If you are just staring at me, but you're not touching a gen, I don't care. Like, if you're just looking at me camping the hook, and that's perfect for the killer. The killer wants you to do that because now I can see that you're not doing anything. You're not touching the gen. So now I have the guy on the hook is doing nothing, and I have you doing nothing. That's 2 survivors out of the 4 doing nothing. That's what the killer needs. You want to preoccupy as many survivors as possible. One's on the gen yet. Until the Jake goes to that gen, I'm not pressured at all. They might have honestly waited too long. So I said, like, as long as the Jake doesn't go for the gen, I'm chilling. Yeah. He's not doing the gen, he's just pressuring. See, they're not on the gens. They need to be touching the gens. The important gens are the problem. So I think I chase a little bit. I can actually camp this out with the kill. Now they do get this unhook. I do fuck up because I think DS is allowed, but I double tap, pull the burden. That's good. They hop block. Could be DS. So we're just gonna do that to be safe. So I check back here. He's got a strong setup. I actually go to pick up this guy. He shoulder the burdened. Wait, my DH. So DH isn't death hook anymore. And I was fearful of DS. So I take my free hook. I think this is the guy. Yeah, this is the guy who hasn't been hooked. So I want no way out stacks here. Could have unbreakable though. They can't have unbreakable. I just didn't check the rules. But so now this guy's death hook. And I have another guy, you know. It's Guyard. They're not on that gen still. Check the gen in the corner because that is the most important win con for me. Do you think they have the brakes? And now again, they shouldered the burden. So I do pick this. Maybe they do. They get the unhook behind me in time, but then I just put this girl right back on it. Nope. This guy's death hook too. Nice. So I have my first kill. I forgot they got shouldered. They got their burden shouldered. I did not check what was allowed, so I don't know what perks they have. I'm going off like regular pub rules. Oh, she's not dead because of shoulder. Once again, though, this gen setup is really, really bad for them. I don't think they have counterplay. They have to sneak by and do that. So if you're playing, like, the thing is, in pubs, there is zero counterplay to this. If a Bubba's playing like this, it's just rough. In comp, you just have to have really, really good synergy and really, really good communications. That gen, and they have to pre-run every time they hear me coming. And they haven't touched it at all. They have to macro it. That gen was not touched, I think, a single time outside of the first part of the game. So they're full resetting, but they need to be on the gen. And they're like tickle teching, which is cool and all, but I don't really M1 much unless I'm forced, so it doesn't bother me. To me, they're just wasting time tickle teching here. I don't know if I would have done that, but it's up to them. Teams do this more so in pubs. But they don't realize how strong the 3-gen is, especially against the Bubba. You have to break these strong 3-gens. If they had kept a far gen, this would have been a much better game for them. But now they're pressuring me slightly. So I could have chased him and taken a 50-50 down, but I saw someone over here, and I saw another guy to my right. I just want to keep them off the gens. But I don't actually have to commit. I do fuck up here really bad. So this is a big fuck up. I go for an initial flick onto the Jake, who is death hook. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's death hook. And then I get greedy, and I go back to the hook to try to double tap. I don't make it in time. I could have guaranteed a free kill on the Jake. Here, that's what I need. I need to just kill the Jake, and I would have been fine. Now I can commit. And then I go back here. I think I messed up, though, a little bit. Yeah. So there I fuck up. I did. Alright, good. So they got the reset. This is a bad chase. I need to kill the guy in main. I got a little too aggressive. I say it's a bad chase. It's a bad chase because Doja's in death hook. And I don't know. The girl still has off the record. Base kit. I need a flick on one of them. So luckily there's 2 people here. And I do the same exact play I just did. Except this time I actually commit. So again, kind of like Pokemon tech, right? I keep them on the weak side. The window's behind me. And then I just flick around. Get up to max acceleration and down them. If I just chase him straight outright, he takes the window and I don't get the down. So here, I just do a little mind game. He ops locker. He wastes more time. Yeah, I think he's second. We're not doing pubs. Right now, I'm doing a scrim. He was second, but he shouldered the burden, so he's really third. I think I just still play this, though. So I kill him. Break the pallet. Oh, never mind. I forgot. I forgot what I did here, because the VOD's blurry for me. So Nancy and Adam are both on this gen. Or is that Tap? I think it's Adam, right? Yeah, it's Adam. So I realized Nancy was here. And so I make a very greedy play. This is not enough. This is a 50-50 here. I think I can mind game on the Nancy. So I go for a mind game. Instead of just breaking the pallet, I do a little moonsaw. Turn around. Nancy runs by. Free down. I extend to see if I can find the atom. I don't, so I just go and break the pallet. Beautiful break.
So I've already got my win con. Well, I mean, I already am way past my win con because it's 2k6. So we just get the kill here, and then we go back.
I know she's death hook, so this hook placement doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, we have no way out, GG's.
And I have no way out with 4 stacks.
Gen right now. Either way, I get a 3k. So I have to go back to this main gen because that's the one they're pressuring. I don't think they're pressuring the far one in the corner. So we go back over here, check the progress. There it is. They're running this way.
So main gen was the one they were touching, even though the one in the corner is more important. But because I don't think anyone's touched it, I go to main first. I believe I make a comment about I'm going to commit to her for like 10-15 seconds. If I don't get the down, I go back and check my gens.
The other guy's here as well, though, I'm pretty sure. They have a pallet here. I think she's going to comp, and they're going to go here. She's going to vault.
So she didn't vault. That was very good on her.
Okay, a little cheeky.
So second we get 2 chainsaw charges, I think I rev again.
Really
Yep.
If I don't get the down here, I think I leave.
So I say if I don't get the down here, I leave. I get stunned.
Alright, so let me just simply leave.
So I just leave. Yes, I do get the down on her if I commit. If I commit to her, I will get the down eventually. But I get greedy, and I want my 4K. So instead of going to get the kill, I go back to my gens.
Back on that other gen. Let's see.
I check the far gen just by looking at it with the pistons.
He's not on that, so he's on this.
That gen didn't have progress. I see this gen has a lot more progress.
Did he pre-run it? He might have. Has been kicked. Oh.
Scene partner gave him away. I had no idea he was here. And then scene partner gave him away.
Scene partner. Hello.
And this is a complete dead zone.
Scene partner sold the bag.
And he gives up.
Whoa.
And they both DC.
Whoa. That's not allowed.
But either or, I would have left him slugged and then just killed the Claudette anyway. So they would have had to crawl the shack or try to get... Because they brought the hatch offering that's allowed, so... But... That is like... Hopefully that helped a bit. Hopefully the explanations were helpful. If not, I'm sorry. Never really done an in-depth analysis of my own gameplay, but... Hopefully that helped a little bit.